Welcome to Aphra's Artifacts, where we do some archaeology of our own and dig into the queer side of Star Wars. I'm your host, Alia Morgaine, and it's so great to have you here. Well, hello again, everybody. Sorry about last week. Midterms, especially one class, was kind of killer. So, I am back this week with an update on Yane. So just to recap, we're doing a series of videos about different characters in the novel, the young adult novel, Queen's Hope by E.K. Johnston. That takes place the very end of the Attack of the Clones, the epilogue part, to beyond that. And it is a brilliant book, as I've said many times before, but we've already done a video on Saché and Yané together, a little update on them, their wedding, their children, that sort of thing. And then we did an episode on Saché, and today is Yané's update. So, whereas Saché was always, or frequently, off doing legislative work and being a government agent, Yane spent most of her time with their children. So and Saché lauds her for this, that Yane is so good at making the children feel safe and welcome. She knows that trauma is not so easily dealt with, and was quoted saying, if they wanted to sleep in a pile on the bed she shared with Saché, they were welcome to it. It was plenty big enough. So cute. So in her thoughts, she was thinking that, if all the kids just want to pile up on top of them, that's fine. She's just really loving and open to these children. And I think that is fabulous. Because I strongly believe in adoption. And I think taking in children that are not biologically yours is a laudable thing. I think it's a very, very awesome thing. Okay, so she does still make cloth. She still uses her loom. So when she has a moment to herself, in the novel, she does go to her loom and thinks about how she doesn't make cloth as frequently as she used to, but most of their children's clothing, her clothing and Saché's clothing, were all made by her. So I don't know if she's just using pre-made cloth or using fabric that she creates and she just, I'm not really sure. But her pastime, the thing that takes away the anxiety from her, is working on the loom and making clothes. And I can totally relate to that. And then, so we have a conversation between Padmé and Yane, and Padmé calls her through a holocom and is wanting to get her advice on her wedding dress. So when Yane answers the call, Yane says, Saché's still at work, dealing with the mudslide disaster, and all the survivors are asleep in our bed. I'm completely at your disposal. And she still has a great deal of love for Padmé. All the handmaidens still have a great deal of love for their queen. And when Padmé, it's exemplified in this, when Padmé asks Yane for advice on a wedding dress and how to incorporate the lace fabric family heirloom into this wedding dress. Remember from my video on Saché and Yané, I talked about the Naboo tradition of putting these family heirloom fabrics into your wedding dress. So, first thing happened was Yane was hurt because she didn't know that Padmé was getting married sooner than that. I know that feeling. I have been there. I have found out about someone I thought was my best friend's wedding on Facebook. So that's pretty cool. And then, so she's upset, right? I mean, I was burned when that happened, and I could imagine she would feel pretty bad. But Padmé's happiness was one of Yane's favorite things. And so because Padmé was happy, she became happy, and she thought, you know what, you should use the lace fabric for your veil. And I'll make your dress. So Yane totally makes Padmé's wedding dress. That gorgeous, beautiful wedding dress in Attack of the Clones, made by Yane. So as Yane was thinking about it, she thought, Padmé deserved more than a dress she could cobble together from whatever pieces she had with her. She deserved something made by the hands of a friend. If Yane got out the mechanized looms and drank a whole pot of calf, she could do it. Saché wasn't coming home tonight anyway. And then Padmé's response to the absolutely gorgeous dress is, Padmé had no idea how Yane had managed such exquisite work so quickly, even with the help of her mechanical looms. The dress was a perfect match for the fabric Padmé had turned into her veil, and it was absolutely gorgeous besides. I will agree with that. Elegant draping and myriad seed pearls were only the beginning. The lacework and embroidery nearly took Padmé's breath away. It was beautiful. So Yane is still super skilled. She uses those skills to give back to her friends. Such a wonderful person. I love all these handmaidens, but Saché and Yané are probably two of my favorites. So that's all I've got on my update on Yane. There wasn't much of her in the book. It was mostly Saché, but we did get those cool parts about the wedding dress, which I thought was really neat. So be sure to comment down below what you think about this update on Yane, what you think about Saché, what you think about Saché and Yané together. And the next video will be a different character from Queen's Hope by E.K. Johnston. So be sure to check that out. Should be next week, Monday at 6 p.m. Central. So remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter at Alia Morgan, and peruse my blog at thestarsreview.blogspot.com. May the Force be with you.